guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're standing in front of one of my realistic dream cars. I know we do a lot of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens, but a Jaguar F-Type is something we can all hope to own one day. And this is not just any F-Type, this is actually the SVR. So you get the 5-liter V8 engine, supercharged, producing 575 horsepower, 516 foot-pounds of torque. Now this is rhodium silver, which looks like that Porsche color to me, so it's beautiful. I'm usually not a silver guy, but I think it looks perfect with these black wheels. And one option you get on this car, which is very important because it costs $12,000 when it's new, is ceramic brakes. And how can you tell ceramic brakes? The calipers are painted yellow like the Porsche, but I don't think that's necessarily how they do it. I think you can get this painted in a bunch of different colors. But if you just look at the surface here, you can see the ceramics. So they're supposed to last the life of the car, so it wouldn't be bad to have a car with ceramic brakes. When you spec them new, it's expensive, but used, not so bad. So this is really, I really love the F-Type. It's one of my favorite cars. We have the F-Type in actually silver. I don't think it's this silver though. In 2017, when the channel first started, we did the 400, which is the supercharged 6 in rear drive, and then we did also in it was a 2000, I think it was 2016 when the channel started. 2016, we did the F-Type V8 supercharged when they first went to all-wheel drive, and that all-wheel drive helped put the power down. But this car, we're actually getting the SVR, which is the best version. These cars are like 120, 130, 140 new. If you get the $12,000 ceramic option, you got the carbon fiber wing here. You got the 4 exhaust pipes. You got a decent trunk, which we'll go over in a second. But first, special thanks to Tim at DCH Montclair Acura and his whole crew. They were fantastic. I just bought a car from them. Subscribe to the channel so you see what car I bought. I'll unveil that in a couple of weeks. Today, Tim gave me a 992 GT3 in this car. So this is going to be an epic, epic day. Again, beautiful car. Now, it's a British car, and the gas is actually on the right. I know all my German cars, BMW M cars, get gas on the right. And I think my McLaren was on the left. So here's a British car. And I think my Lotus was too, but I could be wrong. Here we have it on the right. Gorgeous looking car. Now this has a sunroof, but it's heavily tinted. The interior, you'll see in a second, is kind of dark. So in this car, I think you actually need the sunroof just to get some light in there, some air. So what's the star of the show here? The star of the show is actually this engine. So we're going to take a look at it. We'll pop the hood and look at that bad boy. And we'll take a look at the trunk too. So just like a GTR, it comes out to you, the door handle. And the buttons, the hood is here like a normal car. You just pull it towards you, and then trunk, you just press the electronic button. I love these seats and the diamond stitching. They're just so much more comfortable than the early F-Type seats. They had some build quality issues. The 2014 was the first model year, so I would go 16 or newer, and that's when they went to the all-wheel drive. So I could actually fit my hockey bag in here, and I think you could fit 2 pairs of golf clubs. I think that's why it's designed like this. So it's kind of deep. You can get underneath there. But I can fit my hockey bag. I think I removed my helmet and my skates since I have big feet. And I guess you put your windshield wiper fluid here. So nice. You got your radio antenna up top. But more importantly, let's look at the engine. And the engine here is just like my C4 Corvette. You do it forward. I think the Viper was the same way, but there was like another latch. You can feel the heat here. Wow. So this is a supercharged 5-liter V8. Again, like I said earlier, 575 horsepower, which is more than the regular V8 F-Type, 516 foot-pounds of torque. And you even have the SVR badge there so people know you bought the expensive one. Let's get it down. All right, so let's go inside and we'll fire this bad boy up. I love that diamond stitching. Very, very comfortable. See, Glenn's working today. I'm in between listing appointments. So you also have that Meridian Sound system, which sounds excellent. I can't play it for you, or I couldn't monetize this video, but believe me, because I'm big on stereos as well. All right, start it up. Wow, you can really hear that engine purr. Now, when you buy these cars, you want an option. We'll take off the stop start. You want an option with the sport exhaust, which you just press the button and then the yellow light, so we got it. And then you want to have the track mode here, or race mode, whatever they call it. Without that, you don't get the full exhaust noise. Now, what Jaguar did, and your steering wheel's adjustable, it's electric here. What Jaguar did to give you the ultimate exhaust noise, what they actually did was they took away some intake noise, though you'll hear the supercharger, you'll see in a minute, to make the exhaust louder. So a car could only put out a certain decibel. So what they did is, instead of having intake and exhaust, they kind of wiped out the intake, except for the supercharger whine, which is the best part of it. and then gave you maximum exhaust with the other decibels they were allowed. So climate control is pretty easy to use. You know, this stuff is a little slow. It's not the best. You got your heated seats here, climate control off, back. So you do have a back button, and it's fine. I mean, the navigation, it's not going to be the best. It's quicker than it used to be. It's much better than the 14, I'll tell you that. All right, so I'm going to move the seat up a little bit. Move the seat up a little bit just so you can kind of get a better view of the road. Whoops, what did I do? Oh, I must have put it in memory. Hold on. All right, here we go. So now we're going to drive it. Now, it's an 8-speed torque converter automatic. You have your stop-start button here. You have your outlet. You can put your radar detector. All right, so we're going to do in drive, and let's drive in sport mode. Now we have to shift the paddles. And again, it's an 8-speed ZF, which is probably the best automatic transmission out there. Certainly the best 8-speed. But it's not going to shift like a dual clutch, and we know that. And with its weight, it's going to handle like a muscle car too. Wow, you can feel that all-wheel drive. But it feels like a rear drive car to me with the all-wheel drive added. And again, you can get it now in rear, I believe, or all-wheel drive. I know the V8s, you had to get all-wheel drive, and the 6s, that guy didn't even look, he just ran a stop sign. And the 6s, and I believe the 4-cylinder, you can get the rear drive. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I was seriously thinking about buying an F-Type, and for a while I knew every single thing about them, but I know they redesigned it, and which I believe was for 2020, and changed some things around. So you really get all those pops. Like the straight pipe said, you just touch it a little bit, and you'll get pop, 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 pop. Now it's 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It is hefty, so it does feel super fast, but it doesn't feel faster than that. I would say seat of the pants if I drove this 3.5 sounds about right. The ZF is pretty quick on the upshifts. Let's do a downshift. So we're in third gear now. We're going to go second. So there's a slight delay there, which it would be with any ZF in any car. Now this feels definitely muscle car handling to me. So I always look at this, the Jaguars, wow. The Jaguars and the Aston Martins, to me, they're British Vipers. So they're much more refined. You could take your significant other out to dinner, but you could go in track mode or race mode, sport mode, whatever, what have you, and have a fantastic time. Where they're probably not going to be very comfortable in the Viper and have good air conditioning, all that other stuff. So here you got your heated seats, and you got all things to make this a luxury car experience. All right, so let's do those turns one more time. Oh man. Now this feels like a muscle car. It's not like the 992 GT3 we just drove, but it is 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, so it is very fast. Now it's kind of nose heavy. The 8-speed ZF transmission, though fantastic, isn't the best upshifting and downshifting. You're probably better off just leaving it in sport mode and let the automatic do it for you. But since I like manuals, I like to be doing something. The paddles are nice. The paddles are GT2 type quality. They feel substantial. And could they be bigger? I guess so, but I think they're big enough. Gas mileage is probably terrible. There were 14 miles left on this car when I got it. I put half a tank in for this review. So yeah, if you care about such things with gas mileage, this probably isn't your car. The ride isn't bad at all. So let me tell you then, and obviously, because it's a track car, the 992 GT3 was 100 times stiffer than this. I think your kids, your significant other would be fine in this car. I won't say it's not stiff, but it's like M3 stiff. You know, maybe it's not even as stiff as the M3. The ceramic brakes seem to work well. Now this car without the sunroof would be a little claustrophobic with all the black and Alcantara here. You would feel like you're in a dungeon a little bit. So I think it is important to get the sunroof. And I don't know if they come without them. Everyone I see, at least the press cars, always have the sunroofs. This car is for sale today by DCH, Montclair Acura in Verona, New Jersey, so you should buy it. Otherwise, I may trade in my M340 and buy it. That's how much I like this car.